Vocabulary may be one of the less exciting things that we have to instruct as teachers. However, it's still crucial to our students' understanding of the subject matter that we're trying to drive home to them. In front of me now I have a list that looks similar to what comes with our reading series or what you may make for your science, social studies, math instruction. I could just simply hand this list to my students and say to them, I need you to memorize these terms and their definitions so that we can use them in our classroom. Insert Mindmeister. Instead of simply giving my students that list, what I could have them do is make what's called a mind map. When I come to Mindmeister to make a mind map, I can give them some really cool ways to demonstrate their own understanding of the terms that we're trying to recognize. I've created a mind map here on volcanic eruption. We were doing a story about Mount St. Helens, and I went ahead and put two terms in, eruption and explode, and I gave my students those definitions on the list. But now, instead of just asking them to memorize those terms, these little nodes that come off, I've asked them to put in their own words or their own understanding. So instead of eruption having the definition from the dictionary, they put to explode violently. Then I also asked that same student to grab a picture from the internet, which is filtered already by Mindmeister for copyright privileges, as well as make their own sentence about that word, or using that word. The eruption of Mount St. Helens was sudden and unexpected. So this adds a deeper understanding to the word, and that's what we want our students to be able to do, use these words in everyday context. Again, we did the same thing with the word explode, their own definition, their own sentence, and a picture that went along with that. But what's really powerful about mind maps is that we can use these connectors to somehow connect the terms for my own understanding. So this student connected explode and eruption because in their mind those two words were somehow interrelated. Now, that may seem obvious to us, but what's really great is when you can start a conversation about how those two are connected, and that helps another student understand those terms better from that person's point of view, because it's not just a definition on the sheet that they had to memorize. Maybe student A gives student B a new understanding of that word, and they can now use that in context because they understand the term better. So mind mapping is really very powerful to help our students develop their own understanding and use of these terms in their own language.